Time for the complete scoreboard look at Monday afternoon for February 10th in the Simulated Baseball League. Cleveland is on the verge of a division championship. They, if they win and Cincinnati loses in this session, then it's over. We're going to start first on the National League side of the geographic alignment. The Red Sox hand the Astros a tough loss, 14-6, Boston with the victory. The Astros going in the wrong direction here as the season winds down. Lomberg the win, 9-15. Kyle the loss, 13-13. Home runs for Boston: Boggs number 12, Petrocelli number 33, Ted Williams number 38, Fred Lynn number 32, and John Valentin number 12. For Houston, Glenn Davis hit number 30. So now the Astros need to hope that the Braves could lose again so the Astros can stay a half game in back. And they did not. They won. So now Houston's in a real pickle. They're 2 back of the wild card, and they're now 1.5 out in the division. And they don't get any help on Monday night because they're idle and the Braves will play. So it's all out of their hands now. The Braves beat the Nationals 3-1 to go up 1.5 in that division that the Astros led for quite a while. Warren Spahn 15-8 over Bryn Smith 8-15, and Craig Kimbrell safe 32. Chipper Jones, a pair of home runs for the Braves, numbers 34 and 35, accounting for the only long balls of the game and helping Atlanta to a victory. Now let's look at the National League Central. That's the Northeast Corridor Division. I mentioned the Red Sox already winning with the thumping of the Astros. The Orioles lose 5-4 to San Diego. So now Boston has a 1-game lead all by themselves in that division. In the San Diego victory, Ed Whitson 15-11 over Alan Southron 21-7. Trevor Hoffman safe 38. Jim Gentile of Baltimore, the only home run, number 41. Now Baltimore is in the wild card lead. And so with their loss and Houston's loss, the Astros still are 1 game out of the wild card, so that does help the Astros in that sense. Now the Giants fall to the Rays 11-8, and so now San Francisco is also going to stay 2 back in the wild card. 11-8 Rays. Dan Wheeler the win, 4-3. And Jim Willoughby the loss, 4-3. Fernando Rodney saved 24. Home runs in this one: Keppinger number 8, B.J. Upton number 18, Longoria number 20, and Crawford number 7 all for Tampa Bay. Mitchell number 35 and Aurelia number 20 for San Francisco. Big loss for the Giants. They don't lose ground, but they're running out of time. They fall 11-8 to the Rays. So the Orioles by 1 over Houston, by 2 over the Giants. Now the question is, do the Yankees fall and stay tied with San Francisco, or do they win and move into a tie with the Astros? And the answer is they win big, 18-8 over the Marlins. Fritz Peterson the win, 17-10. And the loss to Josh Johnson, 8 and 14. For New York, Gehrig hit number 53, Ruth number 70, a grand slam for the second straight game for the Bambino. And no home runs for the Marlins. So here's where we stand now on the National League side in that Sun Belt division, which is in the East. Atlanta now a game and a half in front of Houston. Houston is now 91 and 68. The Braves are 92 and 66. So Houston is 2 back of Atlanta in the loss column. And in the Wild, let's now go to the Central Division. That's the Northeast Corridor. The Red Sox now a 1-game lead on Baltimore. Boston is 93 and 66. Baltimore is 92 and 67. And the Yankees are 2 back. They are 91 and 68. And in the wild card race, boy, could this get any tighter. Baltimore leads it at 92-67. The Yankees and Houston are tied a game back at 91 and 68. And the Giants now 2 back, and with 3 teams in front of them, that's going to be a tough comeback. The Giants now 90 and 69. We have a couple of games to tell you about that have no bearing on the playoff races on this side. The Dodgers, of course, have already wrapped up their division long ago, the Western Division, known as the California League. 12-0, the Dodgers beat the Athletics. Clayton Kershaw 16 and 13 over Ken Holtzman, 7 and 16. Pedro Guerrero hit a home run 27 for the Dodgers, and that was the only Dodger home run, and obviously Oakland didn't hit any because they didn't score. 2 other games on this side to tell you about. The Mets beat the Phillies in 10 innings by a 10-8 score. Randy Myers charged with his 8th blown save, gets the win. He's 4 and 7. And the Philadelphia loss to Ron Reed, 1 and 1. Skip Lockwood, the save for New York. And that's save number 1 for Lockwood. Home runs for the Mets: Beltran, number 30, Wright, number 20, and Canizaro with number 2. For Philadelphia, Utley, number 16, Ryan Howard, a pair, numbers 50 and 51. And so another player joins the 50 home run club. Howard, Thomas, Gehrig, Ruth, Mantle, Fox, all there. Bagwell's about to go there, if he can hit one more. One more game on this side to tell you about: the Rangers and the Angels. And the Angels win a slugfest by the score 14-8. Mike Witt now 13 and 14. Over Ferguson Jenkins, 13 and 14. Home runs for the Angels: Gary Pettis, who came off the bench, a speed guy, got the start for the final couple of games. 2 home runs, numbers 2 and 3 for Pettis. And those were the only home runs in that game. Now on to the American League side of the alignment. Let's first start in the Western Division, the Upper Midwest, where those teams are based. And we'll look at the White Sox, and they fall to Cincinnati 15-5. That's going to create an opening to allow the Twins to get closer, and it'll give the Cubs at least a little more life. Mario Soto the win, 9 and 15. Over Reb Russell, 6 and 14. For Cincinnati, Kluszewski hit number 41, and Larkin hit number 32. For the White Sox, Dye number 39, and Allen number 43. So, did the Twins take advantage and pull it within a game? They did. 7-6 and 10 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Joe Nathan is the winner at 6 and 5. Pete Ladd, the loss 3-1. Raleigh Fingers is charged with a blown save for Milwaukee. And no save in the game for Minnesota. Home runs for the Twins. Goslin hit number 9, while Braun hit number 34 in a losing cause for the Brewers. So that'll bring the Twins to within 1. Now, could the Cubs win and pull to within 2? No, they did not. They fall to Arizona again, 6-1, and the Cubs now truly are up against it. They are 3 out with 4 to go. So the magic number for the Cubs to be eliminated, or the tragic number, as they would say from that standpoint, is 2. 2 White Sox wins, or 2 Cub losses, or 1 Cub loss and White Sox victory. And the Cubs now are 2 behind Minnesota. They're 3 behind the White Sox. They're 2 behind Minnesota now. So this is going to be very tough for the Cubs. Patrick Corbin is the winner at 9-15, and Pete Alexander the loss 18-6. That's a bit of an upset. And there were no home runs. Now let's look at the Eastern Division, and of course Cincinnati wins big, and Toronto hands Cleveland an 11-9 loss in 13. So Cleveland can't wrap up the division, and that brings Cincinnati a little closer. And that also means that Pittsburgh's going to have to win to stay even with the Blue Jays and the in that race. So 11-9 and 13 Toronto. Tom Hinkie the win 5-3. He's charged with a blown save, and the Cleveland loss to Mike Jackson 3-5. Ricky Romero gets the save for Toronto, number 1. Delgado hit number 39. Barfield a pair, numbers 29 and 30 for Toronto. Tomei number 33. Manny Ramirez number 36. And Victor Martinez number 16 in a losing cause for Cleveland. Now, Pittsburgh needs to win to stay with everybody, and they don't. They fall to Kansas City 5-4. That's a tough loss for Pittsburgh. David Cohn the win 12-13. Jason Grilli, the Pittsburgh closer, lost at 2-8. And Greg Holland saved 31 for Kansas City. Pittsburgh hit the only home run. Kiner hit number 42. So where we stand now, this is looking like Cleveland's division still to win. Cincinnati and Toronto definitely in the driver's seat for the wild card. Pittsburgh with a tough loss. We have some results that will have no bearing on the playoffs. The Cardinals, who are in, beat the Tigers, who are not, 5-1 the final. Wainwright 14-8 over Bunning 4-18. Jason Mott the save, number 28, and there were no home runs in that game. And finally, the Mariners beat the Rockies 12-10 in 10 innings at Coors. J.J. Putz the win 3-3, and the Colorado loss to Pedro Estacio 0-3. Gabe White was charged with his 7th blown save. Reggie Jefferson hit his 3rd for Seattle. Terry Shumpert, number 5. Ellis Burks, number 38. And Rosario, number 18 for Colorado. That'll wrap it up for the results of Monday afternoon, February 10th. We're closing in on the finish of the league. 4 sessions to go, 1 on Monday. More later.